What's up, everybody? You are checking out the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast, what the world is listening to. I'm your host, the Hakamadi Ant C, and today we are beginning a new series here at the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast, where I will be covering every single WrestleMania and giving my thoughts on the matches. If I would have watched it back then, what I think about it now, and what I rate the show. After I get through all the WrestleManias, I want to make one video where I do a rating and I pick my favorite Mania of all time. So to start off, we're going to be covering the inaugural WrestleMania, WWE WrestleMania 1, live on March 31st, 1985 from Madison Square Garden. And thanks a lot to MTV's Cyndi Lauper and the Rock and Wrestling Connection. Everybody wanted to view this WrestleMania. The main event, you got Mr. T teaming up with WWE Champion Hulk Hogan against Roddy Piper and Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff, with Muhammad Ali as a guest ringside enforcer. This match was pretty much made for WrestleMania. And for us looking at it now, we see WrestleMania as an every year occurrence. However, back in 85, when Vince started Mania, he wasn't sure if his company would even stay in business. He even had to sell his farm to help fund WrestleMania. So this was his big project. He went all in, and we'll talk about if I think WrestleMania 1 was as great as everyone makes it out to be. So to start WrestleMania, we have Mean Gene Okerlund welcoming us to the show, and he performs America the Beautiful. Normally, we have famous singers performing the national anthem, but with this WrestleMania, we have Mean Gene. He did an okay job, but nothing substantial. In our first match of the night, we have the Executioner taking on Tito Santana, and Tito Santana claims that he is the real person behind the figure four leg lock. The Intercontinental champion Greg Valentine does it as well. So these two have history with each other, but the Executioner is planning on attacking Tito's legs. So decent match to open the show. Not a lot of action. Executioner nails a body slam. Tito slams Executioner off the top rope. Tito Santana kicks Executioner out to the floor. And then the end comes after Tito lands a running forearm and he applies a figure four, and the Executioner has to submit. I gave that match a 3 out of 10 because it wasn't anything spectacular. It was a pretty short match, and it was a good way to kick off the show, but nothing great. Next, we have King Kong Bundy with Jimmy Hart defeating Special Delivery Jones in a matter of 9 seconds. King Kong Bundy applies a bear hug, and then he lands an avalanche in the corner and a splash, and SC Jones is gone. I give this match a 1 out of 10 because there really wasn't anything behind it. It was a 9-second match, and there really wasn't much other than just showing King Kong Bundy's ability here. Next, we have Matt Bourne taking out Ricky Steamboat. Matt Bourne would go on to become Doink the Clown later on in WWE. And this is the first match tonight that I felt like was action-packed. We saw Ricky Steamboat nail martial arts chops. Matt Bourne nails a knee lift. Matt Bourne then hits a belly-to-belly and a suplex and gets a 2 count. Steamboat lands a spinning neck breaker and a flying crossbody for the 3 count, and Ricky Steamboat gets the win. I gave this match a 4 out of 5 because it was good, but there really wasn't a lot of action here. I'm sorry, a 4 out of 10. It was a decent match, could have been better, and we'll see more of Steamboat's skills in the ring as the Manias go on. Next up, we have Brutus Beefcake with Johnny Valiant taking on David Sammartino with his father, the legendary Bruno Sammartino, in his corner. Of course, they're at Madison Square Garden, so they have to push the Sammartinos here. This was a decent match. Brutus Beefcake rakes the eye. David Sammartino attacks the leg and the arm. Beefcake attacks David Sammartino with his elbow. David nails a suplex to Brutus Beefcake, and then Beefcake tosses David to the floor. Johnny Valiant's body slams David on the floor. That's when Bruno attacks Johnny and Brutus Beefcake, and we get a no contest, a double DQ. Both men lost this match. I gave this one a 4 out of 10 as well because there wasn't a lot of action here, but it was good to see Bruno Sammartino and the crowd was hot for him. So, okay match, nothing spectacular again. Next, we have the Intercontinental Championship on the line. The Intercontinental Champion Greg the Hammer Valentine with Jimmy Hart taking on the Junkyard Dog. Valentine misses a forearm, and Junkyard Dog nails headbutts like he's a dog to Valentine on the floor. Jimmy Hart distracts the referee, and Greg Valentine accidentally hits Jimmy Hart. Valentine rose up Junkyard Dog and gets the win. However, Tito Santana runs out and tells the referee what happened, that it wasn't right to redo it. So the referee decides to redo the match, and he ends up counting out Greg the Hammer Valentine. So the Junkyard Dog actually gets the win here. Valentine got counted out, but he still holds the Intercontinental title. Next, we have the Tag Team Championships on the line. The Tag Team Champions, the U.S. Express, Barry Windham and Mike Rotundo, with Captain Lou Albano defending against Nikolai Volkoff and the Iron Sheik with Classy Freddie Blassie. This is a decent tag match here. We saw Mike Rotundo hit a suplex. The Iron Sheik nail a gut wrench suplex to Mike Rotundo. Barry Windham drop kicks Nikolai Volkoff and nails a bulldog, but the Iron Sheik breaks it up. During this melee, the Iron Sheik hits Barry Windham with his cane, and Nikolai Volkoff pins Barry. And we have new WWE Tag Team Champions, Nikolai Volkoff and the Iron Sheik. I gave this match a 5 out of 10 because there was a lot of fast-paced action. A lot of these guys are Hall of Famers, so it was cool to see them in action in this match. Decent match. I give it a 5 out of 10. Next, we have the special $15,000 Body Slam Challenge. Big John Studd with Bobby the Brain Heenan taking on Andre the Giant here. Andre nails a chop and a headbutt. He chokes Big John Studd in the corner. Andre applies a bear hug. And then the end comes when Andre kicks at John Studd's legs and then nails a body slam. I give this match a 3 out of 10 because I am a fan of Andre, but they really didn't do much in the ring. It was just them trying to body slam one another. After the match, Andre starts to toss out the money to the crowd, but Bobby Heenan steals the bag and runs off through the crowd. Bobby Heenan is a great heel in Madison Square Garden. Coming up are our two last matches of the night. The WWE Women's Champion Leilani Kai with the Fabulous Moolah defending against former champion Wendi Richter with Cyndi Lauper and David Wolf in Wendy's corner. During the match, Leilani Kai nails a snapmare and kicks Wendi Richter. Moolah pulls out Wendy's hair and Cyndi hits Moolah on the floor. Leilani Kai nails a big boot. Wendi hits a slam. Leilani with a backbreaker. And then the end comes when Leilani nails a flying crossbody, but Wendi Richter rolls through and pins Leilani Kai. Wendi Richter is our new WWE Women's Champion. After the match, Cyndi Lauper attacks Moolah and dances with Wendi Richter. Good match here. Having a celebrity like Cyndi Lauper on the card was great for the show. I gave this match a 4 out of 10 because it was good action between the women. Decent match here for WrestleMania. Next, we get the guest ring announcer for our main event. Billy Martin comes out. He is the New York Yankees manager. Liberace is out next with the Rockettes, and Liberace dances with the Rockettes. I was cool to see. Then Muhammad Ali comes out, and the fans go hard for him. Muhammad Ali is huge all over the world, especially in New York. And then to welcome our main event, the New York Irish step dancers come out and perform for Roddy Piper, Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff with Cowboy Bob Orton Jr. in their corner. They're taking on the team of WWE champion Hulk Hogan and Mr. T with Jimmy Superfly Snuka. A lot of back and forth. Mr. T and Roddy Piper face off and they slap each other across the face. Mr. T applies a fireman's carry slam to Piper. Craziness goes on and Muhammad Ali tries to hit both Piper and Cowboy Bob Orton, even though they're able to escape. They leave. They being Piper and Orton, they come back, and then Piper hits Hulk Hogan with a chair on the floor and nails a knee lift. Wonderful misses a flying knee, and then Bob Orton gets in the ring, but Jimmy Snuka attacks Cowboy Bob Orton. And the end comes when Cowboy Bob Orton jumps off the top rope, but accidentally hits Mr. Wonderful with his cast, and Hulk Hogan pins Mr. Wonderful for a 3. In our first main event at WrestleMania, Hulk Hogan and Mr. T are victorious. I give this match a 5 out of 10. Nothing spectacular, but it was a decent WrestleMania main event with the legend and the chaos. Good action here. So with this being the end of WrestleMania, I thought it was a good show. Not a lot happened. It's back in '85, so not nothing insane was going to take place. But for a show in '85, it was good. As far as terms of rating, I give this WrestleMania a 3 out of 10. There are some matches that were good, but for the most part, it was just more about the history and significance and the importance of the event. People were going to closed circuit cable to watch this, and it was everywhere. So at the time, I can appreciate it for what it did. But in terms of wrestling, I give this a 3 out of 10. Coming up next will be WrestleMania 2. So make sure you check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, or wherever you get your podcast streaming. Check us out on YouTube as well. Give us a like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Got a lot more coming your way. Till next time, stay tuned and stay uncensored.